Yes, welcome everyone here to the Smash Sports Show right here on Smash FM here on a lockdown Wednesday here in Melbourne. Of course, let's continue on in our sporting theme and go to Calisthenics in particular. And of course, we finally got a chance to interview this Calisthenics club. We were meant to be out there just before the lockdown, but of course the lockdown held us up for the first one. But we got quite a few very special guests from the K&K Calisthenics club. Of course, they're from the senior class that they do on a Wednesday night, and they join us right now to tell us a bit about it. Thanks, all you, for joining us.
Hi.
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 Hey.
I'll get each of you to introduce yourselves, and how did all you get involved in calisthenics?
I'll start then, shall I? I'm Kim from K&K, so it's K&K Calisthenics, which is one of the K's is me. And I'm the senior coach. So I coach these wonderful, amazing girls. I've been involved in calisthenics for way too long, 40 plus years, but I love it because of the diversity and the amazing people that we have at K&K. So this is our senior team, and these ladies are aged between 17 and 30, I'm going to say 5. Yes. Our senior team is our second oldest team. So we have masters above our seniors, but our seniors are our a very successful senior group. They are have been over the past 7 years. So these ladies are amazing. So I will let them talk more about themselves and K&K. So over to Olivia Dunstan.
My name is Olivia. I'm this one's daughter.
She did have a choice if she did want to do calisthenics, and she didn't at start, but then she did, and now she loves it.
Yeah, I get to help out with the kids, which I do enjoy. Get to be a part of a big team with these wonderful ladies, and annoy the crap out of Mum.
Yes, she does. Lizzie, will we go to you?
Sure. I have been doing calisthenics for about a long time, about 20 years. Have a break in between. I was a master, but then decided to come back down to seniors. It's been a bit of a challenge, but couldn't ask for anything more. Sheer obviously has been very challenging, but we've got through it. And K&K is my second family. And without these girls, it would have been harder to get through this horrible time.
So yeah, I'm Hannah. I've been doing calisthenics my 29th year. So yeah, I just love the team, team aspect, like all the friendships and stuff, and the being involved in such a tight team, like good work together well and all that sort of stuff. And yeah, it's a good sort of stress release when we can actually get together. It's good. It's lots of fun and good to get the body moving and stuff. It's a bit hard at the moment, but yeah, the weekly catch-ups of at least seeing each other's faces it's been nice.
Yeah, I'm Shannon. This is my 20th year. Wishing it was better circumstances, but I've loved it and can't stay away. And yeah, this year's been hard, but it's still good to see everyone.
Hey, I'm Rima. So this is my second year. So I'm kind of the newbie. I joined because I knew Olivia from school. And she told me to join. So I did, and this is sort of my something extra to do, making new friendships and having a sort of team to fall back on, and yeah, it's nice.
And you've done a great job with only your second year, Rima. We're very proud of you.
I'm Hayley, and I have been doing calisthenics for my 10th year. I started when I was in prep, so around 5 or 6, and just stuck into it and have not been able to turn away since. Just been probably a good obsession of mine.
see that we all love calisthenics because, you know, it's just our obsession. Apart from Rima, who is brand new to it, the seniors are pretty much 15 years plus kind of thing, 10, 15 years plus.
Now, obviously with this year being a pretty tough year for everyone, especially here in Melbourne, that we've all been stuck in lockdown. You know, it's, I think, 5-6 months now, even though it seems to be forever. I guess, what have you all been doing to sort of get yourselves like together and sort of be motivated to hopefully get back into it once we get out of lockdown?
I'll answer first. The first lot of lockdown, we were still working towards doing our items and hopefully to be able to get onto stage and do a competition. But obviously that got put back in when the second lockdown kind of happened. And then when we were told that there would be no competitions, it kind of got a little bit harder. But we made sure that we were still weekly kind of catching up with each other and making sure we're connected, because pretty much that's not, you know, calisthenics is a sport, but it's also about being there for your friends and making sure that everybody's mental health is still going and still, you know, having some sort of release from day-to-day stuff. So, yeah, at the first we were still doing items via Zoom, practicing, which was a little bit hard for some of the students because, you know, some have kids, so juggling in their houses where to be able to do some practice, and then some were in bedrooms, so it was quite contained. But these amazing girls still were able to, you know, practice weekly and remember their work. And we were lucky by the first lockdown that we'd pretty much finished a lot of the choreography and stuff like that. So these ladies have been amazing that way. But the second lockdown's been a little bit harder because now that we're not doing competitions, there's that motivation's kind of gone for the ladies to keep doing their routines as such. So I'll let them speak a little bit more on, you know, how they are feeling, you know, by still being connected, because that's one of our things that we really wanted to keep going with our students. Anybody?
Yeah, so yeah, it's been good. Like Kim said, like the first lockdown, we were still practicing our work, and sometimes it was confusing because depending on cameras, like camera views, it was some, like people were doing the opposite things, but they're actually doing the same, but the cameras were flipped. So it was a bit of a challenge in that aspect, and like the, you know, togetherness of the routines because of, you know, of delay and lag and all that sort of computer stuff. And then when we were told there was no, there were going to be no competitions, it was a bit of a kick in the guts. But Kim has been really good in trying to, you know, have different sort of things each week. Just sometimes we just have a chat, sometimes we do like trivia quizzes or stuff like that, just to for something different to catch up on and like do all together and stuff, have a laugh and yeah, catch up. Yeah, it's been good that way.
Olivia did some great work one week for all the sections to do. She did a crop down of the videos from past years, you know, what happens next kind of thing, which were clips of past items, you know, and it went and then it stopped, and the question was, you know, what happened next, or how many turned and how many did this, and all our sections of the club played that or went through it, which was quite fun because most of them were like, there's my mum on the stage, or that's me. So, you know, it got most of the students to be included or feel like they were still part of the club by having the videos of everyone kind of doing a trivia kind of, or what comes next kind of trivia sort of thing. So that was quite fun. Olivia did. Hayley, one of our seniors down below, who is not usually an assistant in any section, but she helped the tinies and the subbies by doing a workout video at home. So she did like an obstacle course for the kids. It was part of her schooling that she did some thing for an assignment for school, and the kids love it. They absolutely love when Miss Hayley comes on with the obstacle course. Hayley recorded herself and her sister doing a little home obstacle course with things, you know, climbing under the chairs and doing 5-star jumps and then going around their toys. So our younger sections really loved that, and that's the kind of thing that some of our members at K&K do. They go above and beyond and really do, you know, help out, or, you know, do things that will, you know, help them with schooling or help them with work or other things, but also share that it can be used with other sections. So they're great things that we love about, you know, still trying to be connected with our kids and our students. And Hayley, as I said, they loved Hayley's video, and they still do, because we do it every second week, because is it obstacle time yet? But so the Chinese love it the most. Parents don't, because you have to get 2 chairs or a table, and they've got to get a stinky shoe, and they've got to get a spoon from the kitchen. So, but they do love it. And yeah, so it's things like that that just change it up a bit. We normally would do an obstacle course at the studio in class, so we've just made do with what we've had at home, and it was an awesome idea that Hayley had, and yeah, so we loved it. And they're the kind of things that are keeping us connected in lockdown, and not just our groups, but the whole club. So there's lots of students that, you know, in other age groups who have done lots of stuff. A lot of them are getting their cahoots going, you know, with little trivia things, and it's age appropriate with their section. Yeah, and some of our girls who are assistants, because it's hard, because they're not at class anymore helping the actual students physically. So they're helping them other ways by, you know, coming up with different ideas on how to, you know, get them to have some fun. So, yeah.
Now, Hayley, I need to ask you this question about the obstacle course that you got the kids to do at home. Was it easy to do? Did you get any, you know, near misses with these chairs and spoons and all these other things?
It was actually not as challenging as I thought. It was quite easy to just close your eyes and pick a random object and try to make something out of it. And yeah, trying to get the kids active, but also including other members of the family. So like one of the obstacle courses was high five everyone in the family. So trying to include everyone. I didn't find that difficult at all. I found it enjoyable and fun to try to get a bit out of my comfort zone and think of something interesting for the younger kids to do.
Well, I will say the Tinies, which is our youngest group, they love it because their parents are all there. They're hanging in the background so to make sure the technology's all working. So, of course, they just go, high five, high five, high five. Whereas the subbies, the next group, they're like, oh, Dad's outside. And they've got to run to Dad. And then they've got to find their brother who's hiding in his bedroom because he doesn't want to play. So the subbies have a little bit more of a run, and then the Tinies kind of go, high five, and then the mums and dads go run. And so they run around twice, just in a circle, and then come back. Because, yes, because they're kind of doing technology and it's not, so parents kind of for the Tinies have to be there and make sure that they don't fall as they're going under the chairs. But it's so funny to see their faces, and the parents are trying to make it harder. So when they know the high five's coming, they go to the kitchen. So the kids have to run to them. So it is kind of hilarious. And as I said, Hayley did an awesome job with it.
Oh, that's funny. Now, of course, prior to COVID, obviously there was a, I guess, event or competition that you did that I was meant to be going to, but obviously with COVID just about to reach its peak in the first lockdown, we couldn't go. But tell us, how did that all go, Kim, and anyone else can ask a question too? Yeah, so
K&K run a solo competition, so called Aspire Solo Competition, and it's about, it is the club that run it, so all the profits from that go into the club, which the club needs the major fundraising from. But the reason the club did it was because there wasn't enough solo competitions over this side of the kind of the world. As I say, in the West, there was only 2 competitions in the West, whereas over the eastern sides there was 6. So we applied and we got it, and all our members all help out for the whole weekend. We don't have a lot of soloists ourselves because a lot of the soloists are higher grade girls. So for our club, it's a massive achievement, and it's a massive eye-opener for our students to watch these amazing soloists to actually perform. We were the first weekend to run with, along with another competition on the other side of the other side of the city, and then after that was when lockdown happened, so all the rest of them got cancelled, and it was a shame because a lot of the girls practice from like October, November to March to get their solos up and running. But yeah, for K&K, it's a big fundraiser. It is something that we look forward to. Our students love coming and helping and watching the amazing girls on stage, girls and boys, I should say. We had an amazing boy this year compete in both his calisthenics solo and his graceful solo. He was on the This is Calisthenics TV show. Sure. He's just beautiful and amazing, and it's interesting to watch a boy dance in calisthenics. But yeah, so as I said, Aspire Solo Comp is what K&K run as a big fundraiser for the year, and all of these girls that are here, seniors, all put in hours to help us out, and we are really grateful for those ladies to help us all. Lizzie likes to work in the canteen, the other ladies like to do backstage work, but it's those kind of things. It's everybody working at their strengths or, you know, things that they like to do. So it is amazing for our club, but of course then, you know, going around classes and all that sort of stuff just to get this one weekend up and running. But we wish that it didn't stop there because we were really working hard towards our stage practice and getting ready for competitions. But unfortunately, the teams just didn't kind of get to do that with COVID happening. So, yeah.
For all of you, I'll get everyone to answer this question. What does Calisthenics mean to all of you, and especially being there at K&K?
Well, for me, it's more like a second family, a way to get to be closer with my mum and my aunt, and mostly do stuff for other people, mostly.
She gets emotional like me when she has to talk about stuff. She is my daughter.
Sadly.
Lizzie?
K&K is like my second family. I've only been at the club, I think this is my 4th year, but Kim has always been my coach. But K&K is just a big family. If you've ever got any problems, they're always there to help. They'll do whatever they can. And without these guys, I think it would have been a lot harder. If we didn't have our Wednesday classes, every day would have felt like exactly the same. So at least we still get to see each other's faces, and it's just great. I love it.
So yeah, I guess it's probably all going to be about the same, that it feels like a second family, and like calisthenics is just, I don't know, been in it for so long, it's sort of an addiction, I guess. Yeah, there's just so many different aspects to it, and I think, like Lizzie, like I've been at K&K for 5 or 6 years now, but I've known Kim since I was a subby.
Yeah, we don't need to tell how old I am. We'll just keep going with that. Yep.
So I've known Kim for, you know, probably more than half of my calisthenics career, and yeah, she's just really supportive, and it's a good she makes a really good club environment. It all sort of stems from her and her family and the involvement there, and it's really good.
Thanks, Shan.
Yeah, for calisthenics, it's my form of being active, and I love competing, things like that. But for K&K, it's all about the teamwork, and all the other groups are so supportive of each other. And yeah.
Hales?
I'll say the same thing as everyone else. It's definitely like a family environment. It's a different environment than anything else. Like I've done other sports, and what K&K have is something special, and the bond that we have together as a group and as girls is the best bond that I've probably ever experienced.
Awesome. Rema?
Yeah, for me, again, with the second family, especially because I only joined last year, so like calisthenics and K&K, like this is my first ever sort of jump into that kind of thing, so they were really welcoming and yeah, just a really nice environment. And, yeah.
Make friends for life, become as a stranger and leave as family.
Yeah. Well, I think the biggest thing for us at the moment is missing our friends, is missing our teammates, but also is missing the rest of the club, because K&K don't just go to a competition with one group. There is constantly other team members and other members of the club who come and support the girls and boys. We have boys in our club who compete at competitions. So competitions for our club is a big thing. Like it's family that come to watch. It's friends. It's when the seniors are on, the masters come and the younger kids come if it's not too late at night. And the same with the other age groups, like, the juniors might be on and these girls come and watch if it's, fits in with their work schedules and stuff like that. So it is that, when other groups are on, the whole club gets involved and they try and watch each other, and before like the stage practice happens or the concert at the end of the year, because they want to just see how every group is going and how much fun they're having, and from year to year how much kids have improved and students have improved. And these ladies see it every year at the concert. They kind of say, wow, blah blah, did such an amazing job, can't believe how much she's improved over 12 months. And that's what family, what we're talking about at K&K. It's that kind of family bond. It's that kind of support that every single member kind of gives to each section to show their support and show that they're all trying hard and they're all getting their physical and exercise through calisthenics, but they're also getting the support through encouragement and watching them perform. So that's a big part of what we're all missing in COVID, is that bond, that part that just people show support. So we're trying to just keep it going through Zoom classes and Zoom trivia nights and stuff like that, but it's a big part of it that is kind of being hammered right now by COVID, but at least we're all safe and happy. So yeah.
Now, what will be your advice to our listeners or viewers out there that should get involved in calisthenics, especially there at K&K, once we all get our lockdown?
I would say it's a sport like nothing else. So my advice or my encouragement to do it is don't compare it to other things. So there won't be like other things, and it's definitely not the normal dance that everyone thinks of. So if you want a challenge and if you want something unique and different and exciting to do, that would be my best advice.
Well, the community is a big part of it. Everyone supporting each other, especially in K&K, I feel like that's a big reason to join. And calisthenics just in general, there's so many parts to it. It's elegant in some parts, and then others it's all
strong and
strong and fierce and technical stuff, and there's so many things to learn. So
excellent. All right, so Will, just so that calisthenics has different items that we all learn. So marching is one, so it teaches you about your deportment. Clubs is another one, which we twirl battens in our fingers and our wrists. So our arms and our wrists and our fingers get a really big workout with that. It's very technical, and it is quite hard to learn, but if you're taught properly, and if you you know, have got a will to practice something that's hard and push yourself, that's an item that a lot of students find hard at the start, but then once they get it, some of them love it, like me, but some of them don't love it. And then we have our free arm item, which is like our gymnastics item. So when they're young, a lot of them are very flexible. As they get to seniors, a lot of them are still flexible, a lot flexible, but their bodies are kind of going, oh my God, can I stop doing this? But as they've all said, it is something that keeps them going. And the lockdown's been a big part of that, because they can't keep doing their weekly stretching and warm up. So hopefully by next year, they'll still be actually flexible. Rods is another item we do with, you know, like a steel rod. And again, we manipulate that, twist it, turn it, use all these kind of whiz bang things. Aesthetics is our elegant item, which is like a ballet item, which is the one I hate because I'm not a girly girl, but these ladies do an amazing job. And it's the interpretation. So as girls, as students, I should say, get older, from the tinies up to the masters, the elegance and the poise and the grace just builds once they confidence in aesthetics gets, and their technique, because it's very balletic. It's amazing to see that elegance come out of some of our ladies, especially when they get older. And then we have a fun item, which is called a review. So that's where we see personalities come out big time. And that's what the fun part about calisthenics is. There is all different items that people get to show their personalities, or might be good at one item but not good at another one, and then might be fabulous at one. So these girls have all got their strengths. They've got the item that they love the most, but they are still amazing at all 6 of those items. You just got to make sure you hone in on to their personalities or their strengths, and give them their work that's that suits them. So as a coach, that's one of the biggest things, is doing the choreo and finding music and whatever to fit to the whole team of students. So, and as I said, we have boys in K&K, so also we need to be wary that it's not all girly music, because our boys like to have music that they like to work to too. So we have boys in our tinies and our subbies, and that's it, tinies and subbies, yeah. So yeah.
Well, Ori, thank you so much for getting up your time to join us tonight and telling us all about the sport of calisthenics. And hopefully we can be out there to watch these all in action again like we were last year. And hopefully everything can go back to some normality in 2021, if it's not the end of the year.
Thanks so much for having us, Will.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Remember, if you want calisthenics, come to K&K.
No, right. That's the K&K senior class there. Of course, make sure you can get involved. We'll put all the details up on how you can go on our website and also on our social media in the coming days. There's more on the Smash Sport Show right after this. Don't go away here on Lockdown Wednesday.